feel like
with those emotions.
It'll be the beginning of a long rivalry.
Of tears, Neil.
Look at here, we got
Going
Stephon
upstairs,
Castle.
way in the attic. That's where he lives. He lives upstairs.
Man, these guys are tough.
All right, after trailing going into the second, SGA would will his team back into this one. He scored or assisted on 18 of OKC's 28 points in the second quarter.
He tried.
He was incredible. He didn't just try. He showed up. He had some help from other guys, but he didn't get enough from everybody else. They were in this game even though they were down 2 stars.
Meanwhile, Chet Holmgren had his struggles here, trying to be aggressive at times, but at other times passing up shots.
Why do you do that? The hesitation, that's not what you need. You'd rather miss it and say, I tried, than just give up bad possessions. It's rhythm that you're losing for your teammates.
So he did not take a shot. He took 2 shots in the first couple minutes of the game, did not attempt a shot for 31 minutes, Danny.
Yeah, this is times where, if you're not shooting, I can't play you. You're hurting us by not being aggressive.
Countless daggers.
You're putting guys in situations that they're not comfortable being in because you're not taking the shot. So
meanwhile, Wemby and SGA were aggressive, trying to carry their teams down the stretch. But this is the play of the series to me.
Okay, Cornet.
What are you talking about? Block of the year.
One time.
I was unfamiliar.
Hey, get your little Dak Prescott on, boy. Yeah.
Man, blocked.
Don't put them side by side with Brian.
Blocked by James.
Blocked by Cornet.
There you go. Spurs closing it out here. Dylan Harper, the young man, the rookie.
Cold-blooded.
Step back 3.
You said I have 100 games. Don't call me rookie no more. Call me a person that's in the finals.
Spurs go on to win 111-103. A lot of emotion from Wemby. Here's Wemby after the game.
It's you work all these hours we put in. It's for these type of emotions. I want that. I want to win so bad. It's like my life depends on it.
Yeah, he has such a vision, in my opinion, of who he wants to be as a person and as a player, and the commitment and investment that he puts into that vision is nothing like I've ever seen before.
How did you guys pull it out?
Relentless. We're just relentless all game. Came in here with a chip on our shoulder, and we made sure we was a more aggressive team no matter what.
Victor Wembanyama weeping over there. What can you say about your leader?
Man, he put so much work into his game, and he's just so aggressive all the time. And sometimes I got to talk him off the ledge, but that's my guy, and I love him.
Dylan make that old guy look good there. All right, this is
a great interview.
This has been the inevitable breakout season that everyone was expecting from Victor Wembanyama, who became the first unanimous Defensive Player of the Year in NBA history, and also first-team All-NBA, third in MVP voting, and Western Conference Finals MVP, all at 22 years old. So today, is it Wemby's league now?
We are officially in the Victor Wembanyama era of the NBA, and it is ahead of schedule. Because we thought it would come in a year or 2, but this is the difference. There was one word that Dylan Harper said that just spoke to me of legends and greatness: relentless. And it's not about just what you do on the box score, what you do on the X's and O's. The greats, you think about the guy Tim Grover who trained Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He said that the greats have this ability to be present. Victor Wembanyama doesn't have to be playing perfectly. As long as he's present, competing, he has that special factor where everyone believes they can win. And it is wild. He is the youngest ever player to lead their team in points and rebounds entering the NBA Finals. He's 22 years old, and he believes he can win. And the craziest thing is, I know you saw those videos of competing at the world stage, like U18s, U16s, all that stuff. He's the same guy that takes motivation from that point and thrives and uses it years later.
That's the Chet thing.
It's the Chet stuff. And if you see also his baby, he's probably 6, 7 years old playing as a hooper. He still is the same guy that slams the ball because of frustration, and that's why Dylan Harper's we got to keep him off the ledge sometimes. But you get the best of both worlds. At times, it's difficult for Victor. They hide him from media. They try to protect him, but at times you get the beauty post-game. This is a new era of the NBA, and I'm glad he's there. I'm glad he is the guy. He's the face.
I mean, it's his time. It's their time. It's not just he's obviously great, but those other guys around him are allowing him to grow. They're growing together and get on the stage because he can't do it without those other guys. But they're showing they're ready. He wants it. It's like his life depends on it. But watching these moments, it brings me back to like my youthful, younger days, right? Because every game mattered. It's a gift and a curse, it's a blessing in disguise. You play 82 games, but over time, it's like hard to have that much emotion in every game. We've seen that emotion from him in the regular season when they beat the Clippers from coming down 20 points, and winning. So for him to keep that energy throughout the whole season and having the playoffs, I just hope this young kid keeps this same passion for the game throughout the rest of his career, because, sometimes we get numb to it. He's going to be so great. He's going to experience so many of these that, he might look like OKC, like, oh, it's another day in the office. But no, he's embracing this moment. He's enjoying it, and he's ready for it. Again, he wants it like his life depends on it.
He's embracing the moment, but also he's endearing himself to a whole new generation of fans, because you may not care about basketball. You might tap in just for the playoffs, but you're going to watch this guy because he's not only an alien in what he does on the floor. That will stop. I always say that whenever I'm watching the game at home with my dad, he'll walk past, because I'm always watching all these games, but he will always sit down when Victor is playing because of what he does on the floor. 7-5, step back threes, gets downhill. But also, it's the fact that he is human.
Yeah.
You can see him not be afraid to show his emotions, to cry, to
cares. Yeah, relatable.
Like you can see the humanity, but you can also see only that man can be that bad at that young age.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to be at the Western Conference Finals, as I mentioned, and I'm behind those huddles for ESPN Radio, and his leadership is the thing that stood out the most. He would grab the guys and really talk to them before the coaches get there. And I found that fascinating, because I saw that develop over time during these playoffs, in a way that it felt more impactful when he was doing it during the last series. All right.
At a young age.
This is the age of NBA parity, though. We'll have a new NBA champion for the 8th consecutive year.
Love it.
This is the 7th straight year without a team making a second consecutive finals appearance. And this is the first 4-year span in the NBA where 8 different teams made the finals.
When do we get to
triumphant return to the NBA's biggest stage? The Knicks are back for the first time since 1999, looking to erase a 53-year title drought. And San Antonio's back for the first time in 12 years. Our guy Danny Green certainly remembers. Speaking of nostalgia, the NBA released its first look at the finals court. And yes, that is the Larry O'Brien Trophy back at center court in all its glory out in San Antonio. Internet bullying apparently does work. And check out New York City. You know they're ready. The iconic green subway railings are now orange and blue. The Knicks spoke about 90 minutes or so ago before their team flight to San Antonio. Here's Kat.
I don't think anybody who's made the finals would say they don't feel they could win it. And I also think that, of course, when you get an opportunity like this, you have to maximize it. You never know if you get another chance. You never know what life has in store for all of us. And these opportunities are very far and few between, and you got to make the most of them.
What's up, everybody? George Sedano here from Malika today, alongside Chiney Ogwumike and 3-time NBA champion Danny Green. All right, we'll dive into all the angles and whatever we got to do to get into Game 1 on ABC Wednesday night. But first, Danny, what does it mean for these two franchises to be in this position?
I mean, it means the world to, obviously, both franchises, but the Knicks, New York has not seen a championship in 53 years. They haven't been in the finals in 27 years, so it means a lot to the city of New York. And, of course, San Antonio. They were great for 20 years, right? They haven't been in the playoffs in 7 yeed, so they had some lulls, rebuild up and down. But, they had a quick turnaround. You get a generational talent like Wemby, then you get Stephon Castle, you get Dylan Harper. So, had a quick turnaround. So this means a lot to both cities, both teams. And, again, a rematch that we haven't seen in almost 30 years.
I've just been looking at my phone is it time to check in yet? Is it time to go to San Antonio?
Gotta get there.
This is a popcorn series.
Yeah.
You've got the NBA Finals, but we also have a team of destiny in the New York Knicks, because it feels like this has been in people's dreams to make it here. The dream has been realized on top of a player of destiny in Victor Wembanyama. You could not pick a better circumstance. This team that's trying to get back to the mountaintop, New York City will explode. Or a player who's definitely stepped into his own era of the NBA and Victor Wembanyama.
And embracing the expectations for sure. The Knicks will have 8 days off, as Danny mentioned, before Game 1. The Spurs just 3 days to regroup after a battle in the West Final. So, Chiney, will that matter ultimately?
All right, this is the age-old debate of rest versus rust. And right now, I'm looking at the Knicks, and we have an advantage, even though we're going on the road for Games 1 and 2, because they are fully rested over 20 days just to play 4 or so games is absolutely wild. It's the ultimate gift. And so they're going to be able to have the energy to sustain what the blows will be from San Antonio. Those blows will be haymakers. We saw them in the Western Conference Finals. I know that maybe sometimes playing in a Game 7, you get the rhythm of just continuing to play. But this has been a long, grueling series. I just come to that image of Victor Wembanyama and his arms around Bismack Biyombo in the third quarter. And he's shaking because that's how much he's having to give for his team to be great. The Knicks have an advantage being rested, and I feel like that's the best place to be.
I'm with Shanae here on this one by far. Like, when you get the double rest, whether you get some rest or not, I'm taking the rest, especially when you have guys like Mitchell Robinson, who has the pinky issue. You have OG Anunoby, who has the hamstring issue, who gets more days of recovery. And, of course, those other two teams fighting in a heavyweight battle of beating each other up. So I think the Knicks have more advantage. Also, again, they are on the road, so there's less pressure on them to win the first game at home. So they can get a game or so to get the rust out, which favors them some. Obviously, they don't have home court advantage. But in the last series, they had an ugly game one against the Cavaliers.
Can I jump in here real quick as the person who was at the Western Conference Finals for 7 games?
Please do.
I just think that the Knicks, the rest, I get it. But they have not seen a level of physicality that they will see from the Spurs.
For sure.
What I just witnessed was a heavyweight fight. This is not the Cavs. This is not the Sixers. Like, they have to understand they're going to get hit with a blow right away.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I mean, I'm with you, George, and this is why I think it's a better series. It might be good 7 games because this Spurs team has grown up. Wemby has grown up. Castle has grown up, and they're more battle-tested than the New York Knicks. Unfortunately, the Knicks, and fortunately, they swept both series. So those teams, not disrespect them, they're good teams, but they're not as good as the San Antonio Spurs. And this might be a shock for the Knicks, but they also have some room to, like, some leeway because they're not at home. They'll be on the road for game 1.
Right.
They can get the rust out.
Ease their way in.
They can ease their way, but again, they don't have home court advantage, so they better find a way to steal one in San Antonio if they can.